The snow is officially falling, the puck is officially dropped, and Canadians are about to sit down for a turkey dinner. It is your favorite Sunday sports show. It is Point of View. We will back in a moment with This Week in Sports. Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome to Point of View, your favorite Sunday sports stream. I am Bobby Munson, and the man over there doing the happy turkey weekend dance is that man right there, Andre 2/3 Fluffy C. How you doing, brother? Good to see you here.
I am doing phenomenal, sir. It is a beautiful Sunday morning. I guess Sunday morning. It's kind of gray. I can see cracks in the clouds, but it's gray out there. You know, it's a Sunday morning, and I'm here talking sports with my boy Bobby Munson. I can't be unhappy about that.
That's right. It's going to be a good, beautiful day. We're going to keep the party nice and hot in here because it's good and bitter cold outside. We're going to start by saying hello to the chat. Zach Minger in the house saying it's National Gumbo Day. I'm sure Canadians are looking forward to any gumbo this weekend at all, man. It's Thanksgiving weekend. We're looking forward to
I want gumbo.
Yeah. And it's hey to Astra joining us here in the house. Astra, thanks for being in here. And yes, 2/3 lives on, even though Fluffy's been added to the name. The 2/3 is there. And somehow I've already lost the names on screen. Oh, no, they're back. StreamYard is doing some weird, wacky stuff here this morning. I don't know what's going on, but
the internet is a weird, wacky place. Is what it is. It's just an internet.
It could be that. Yeah, my internet service like, no, dude, it's cold out. It's cold. It's snowing. It's raining. It's dreary. And I'm like, come on, man, wake up. It's time to wake up because it's time to talk about sports. Because there's a lot that we can chat about this week, Andre, because we now got the NHL season finally fired on up. And I know you were talking this morning that you got a rant to do, I believe. Do we want to get to that right off the hop, or do we want to wait till a few more people pile in?
Let's wait for a few more people to pile in. Let's talk happy. Let's talk some baseball first, because I think that's the biggest, probably one of the biggest things going on in Canada right now is that the Blue Jays are in the ALCS now, the championship series. They are one thing away from being in the World Series. Like this is huge, man. Like the Jays have not
had a long ass time. Put it that way.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we saw them go to this far, and being this strong with the team. Again, I'm not a baseball guy, but like if you pay attention when teams get in there and do the big thing, and I'm just like, dang, like, this is crazy. Like I'm listening to like wrestling podcasts that the people are talking about the Jays playing right now because the two of the podcasts are out of Toronto, so they're big fans of it. A buddy of mine here who does a podcast. Is huge Jays fan, so like you hear about the Jays bunch right now, but it's not hearing it because I like hearing it because again you see your Canadian team doing well. It's our team, it's Canada's team, man. They're Canada's team, just like the Raps in basketball.
It's the only dog we've got in the fight, really, when it comes down to it. Yeah, I was very aware of this, especially on Friday at work, because we were doing a sit down conversation with a gentleman from one of the communities that we protect. And no word of a lie, this gentleman's name is Dwayne Johnson. Yes, and not the Dwayne Johnson that everybody else knows, but this is another Dwayne Johnson, and he was proudly sporting his Toronto Blue Jays jersey and excited for the fact that they have made it this far. So, you know what? You're right. It's our dog in the fight. It's our team. And we might make fun of Toronto's hockey team because we have more dogs in that fight, at least. But we will cheer for the Blue Jays and the Raptors when it comes down to the baseball and the hockey. So go Blue Jays. Bring it home. Wouldn't that be something, man? The party in Canada is going to be popping if the Blue Jays take it all.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like it'd be crazy to see because again, now you get Toronto got the first round bye, didn't have to play in the wild card because they won the division. Beat the Yankees in 3-1 in a best-of-5 series. Great to see that. And now they're going up against the Seattle Mariners, a team when I was a kid I paid a lot of attention to when I was into baseball. When I followed baseball as a kid, because for me that was one of the closest teams to me. Was the Seattle Mariners. Living in Alberta, that was one of the closest teams for me personally.
Bass is in the house, and yes, it is snowing, Bass. I think it happened like a few minutes before we went to go live because Andre and I were talking backstage, and I was like,
1 minute before we went live. 1 minute.
Yeah. I was like, it's raining, and they said the snow's coming soon, and I kind of peeked over to the side. I'm like, yeah, there it is. There it is. There's those flakes. And there's some big ones too. Like it's coming down pretty good now. Like it's quite the winter sprinkling that we're getting all of a sudden. But yeah, I don't know if we were prepared. Bass, were you prepared for this, or you wanted it to stay away just a little bit longer? I mean, it's inevitable. It's Canada. It's Western Canada. This is what we get. This is what happens. You never know. Sometimes we've gone all the way till December before we see the first snowfall. This time, before we even get to the trick-or-treaters this year, before we get to Halloween, before we even have our first seasonal turkey dinner, we've got snow hitting the ground. So, Bass says, hell yeah, the Halloween decorations are getting covered. That's all.
But, it'll be gone by like midweek for you guys. It's getting warm up in the next couple of days, so
it's true. And then, it's true.
If it even lasts, because the ground's really warm right now. So if it even lasts,
well, see what ends up happening is we get something like this, and then all of a sudden we get to say. I'll just pick a random date like Saturday, October the 25th. And then what happens is you get this conjuring of PPW fans into one building for a PPW show. And there's like this energy that creates this heat that remanates across the lands of Saskatchewan, warms everything right up. And everything gets back to good for a little while longer because, that's what kind of stuff PPW brings when they do the Ring of Horrors on Saturday, October 25th, that random date that I happen to select.
Yeah, just random day. I'm surprised you went with that day. It's just I didn't expect it.
Yeah, no, me either. Just it was in my head for some reason. I'm not too sure why. But it actually to speak on that for a second, not just on the Prairie Pro side, there's actually a lot of good wrestling taking place on Saturday, October 25th. A lot of different companies that are choosing to do the weekend before Halloween because, of course, Halloween landing on a Friday. A lot of wrestling companies are kind of doing that weekend, whether it be Friday the 24th or Saturday the 25th. So across the independent scene, not only in Canada, but across the globe, there's a lot of great professional wrestling companies putting on some great shows. And I'm looking forward to it. Everyone always really, they really bring it when it comes to Halloween shows. And I love that energy.
Yeah, I've got LPW on Friday the 24th. I'm heading to. So, again, they're kind of avoiding that Halloween weekend. Which I don't blame companies for avoiding that weekend because that weekend is going to be stupid. How many people are actually going to show up to a show on Halloween if you're running the Friday? It's a tough day. So, I'm going to LPW on the Friday the 24th, which is going to be absolutely epic. Good to see T.Y. Jackson in Battle Royal. Get Rich King of the North, the raddest man alive, taking on fucking Larry. Fucking Lumberjack Larry. Fucking guy. Ruin the Rads. Ruin the Rads.
Ruin them.
Ruin them.
Oh, well.
Ruin the Rads.
We've only seen him out here a couple times ourselves, but yes, Rich King, a regular for Prairie Pro Wrestling, and I would presume going to be part of the Ring of Horrors show, unless he had some other big booking that he was on before that. But I'd imagine Rich King now a regular of the Prairie Pro Wrestling locker room at the moment, so I would imagine that there's a very, very strong possibility that him and maybe even his tag team partner Dean Richter will be in action at PPW's Ring of Horrors 4, which I look forward to. They haven't as a team picked up their first victory yet, but they've been so close, and the teams that have beaten them have been the teams that have been in the title hunt for quite some time. So we keep saying, Pop Smokes and I have said, one time that those two guys get that victory, and I think they are just going to skyrocket from there. That momentum will carry, and next thing you know, King Richter will be the ones in the title talk in Prairie Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, like again, I've been a fan of Dean Richter forever. Time to fist, let's go. We started this chant back last year. Me and my friends. We just every time he comes out, because he does this like this thing.
Yeah.
So the thing we chant is time to fist, and we have everybody LPW chants it now. Everybody RCW chants it now. Pretty much any show he goes to here in Edmonton, in the Edmonton area, they chant time to fist at him now, because it has gotten over. It is absolute perfection.
Yeah. And if Basser's still listening in, guaranteed Basser's passing that information on to people at the next PPW show. Bass, if you're listening, man, if you're listening, I'm sure he's got us on in the background somewhere.
Please, Basser, I beg of you, when Dean Richter comes out at the next PPW show that he is at, please, I beg you, chant time to fist, because he will react. And he will be. It will take him by surprise. I guarantee it, because he will not expect it. A province over, but I want this chant to go everywhere with one Richter. That is the thing that he's. And we're not trying to get him because he's teamed up with Rich. We're trying to get him with the fist thing to put a tip up when he does it, but he refuses. He refuses to put the tip up.
See, and the best part is, okay, even if Bass isn't got us on in the background right now anymore or whatever, he's been busy, I will pass that message along, because that's the kind of chant that the PPW Nation will catch on to immediately. They will find it humorous, they will get behind it, and it will go over like wildfire here in Saskatoon. So either way, I'll pass that message on to Bass, and that chant probably will be started next time Dean Richter shows up, if not on the 25th if he's there.
That'll make me happy. That would make me happy if Dean Richter gets shed time to fist in another pro, because that is one of the best things that me and the Horde ever came up with was time to fist, and that it just makes us so happy, because he, like, you can tell he genuinely loves that chant while also simultaneously hates that chant, because it's and the whole thing is. Fist him, Dean. Give it like fisting time and stuff like that, right? Because it's time to fist. And literally at LPW last, I talked about this on my last pod, but he literally turned to us and goes, "I'm gonna fist him. I'm gonna give them all a fist. It's gonna be fisting time." And like we were laughing. Me and Nate were laughing so hard. Oh, and Katsu, we were all just burst out laughing when he's like, "I'm gonna fist him. It's fisting time," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, dude's gonna have shirts before you know it. But we'll talk more about that either on.
I have to make a custom. It's a custom shirt that says "Time to Fist." I need to make it with a fist on it. I will not wear it anywhere but a wrestling show. But.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be hilarious if you wore it out in public or something like that, just randomly. But. You never know what you might.
There's time to fist and Dean Richter's face on it. There's time to fist above it.
All right. Let's move on from there. I believe you got some ranting to do, my friend, when it comes to hockey. So why don't we go ahead and give you the floor for some hockey ranting?
So as you see in the background, right here, there, and on me at the current moment, I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan. Been afflicted this way since I was born. My dad raised me as a Habs fan. He grew up just outside of Montreal. He was a Habs fan his entire life. I have yet to see a game this year. There's been 3 games I've missed them. And Tuesday, life was busy, couldn't get it for opening day. Thursday, I was watching football. I was watching the Eagles versus the Giants. When I got home, I had it on my phone, and I came downstairs, went to turn on TSN on my laptop. So I had football on my phone, but turn my laptop for TSN, where the game was. Open it up. Out of market.
Oh, no.
I was region blocked. I pay for 5 TSN channels to watch multiple sports, to watch things. This whole region blocking bullshit needs to go away. If you're broadcasting the Montreal game exclusively on TSN, it should be everywhere, not just in the Eastern. Peggy, messaging with Peggy. She was watching the fucking game because she's out in Eastern Canada now. I have to watch the fucking game. This is the most aggravating thing as a fan of an Eastern Conference team living in the West is getting locked out of games. Toronto, it's almost never, ever get locked out of their games. But Montreal constantly get locked out of their games. Region blocking. I don't understand why this exists. Just play it across the country. It doesn't matter. You're literally having the channel in the western half of the country just not doing anything. Why can't it be broadcast across the country? You're already broadcasting all over the eastern side of the country. Broadcast it in the West. It's not like I want to watch a Habs game at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock when I turned it on. It doesn't affect me turning on a Western game team later in the evening. Like, it just, it frustrates to no end. I understand they're probably trying to sell me a center ice package or some bullshit to watch out of market, but I pay for TSN. I pay for all this. Give me the fucking game. Now, I don't have Sportsnet at the moment, so I couldn't watch the game on Saturday because I don't have Sportsnet, and I also didn't get home until the tail end of the game. I don't have Sportsnet, so I don't subscribe to Sportsnet. So I understand. I don't get that game, right? That's fine. I do not subscribe. But I pay for TSN for the full package for Plus, for TSN 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Why did I get region locked out of this fucking game? I tried it on my TV. I tried it on my laptop. I tried it on my phone. All three said, this game is not available in your region. This shit shouldn't exist anymore. It's so stupid. Just broadcast it, Kane. You're already broadcasting across half the country. Broadcast it across the other half. Please, please, please.
Well, here's the thing. They want to stop illegal piracy, right? But if you're going to pay for these sports channels and then get region blocked from watching what you want to watch, how are you going to stop piracy? Because that's either A, going to force you to have to go find a live link somewhere to watch the game regardless, or B, you're just going to drop paying for those sites because they're not doing what you want for them. So the revenue doesn't go back to where it belongs. And then you're going to go pirate them that way because it's forcing you that direction. It really is. And I can see that it's making you so angry that your head and face are turning as red as the Montreal Canadiens jersey in behind you.
But match t-shirt and I'm going to match both these goddamn jerseys in a minute.
Yeah, you really are. Yeah, you got a lot of deep reds going on behind you there, but it's a perfect match. But yeah, you're 100% correct to have this rant because again, if you're going to pay for that much coverage, you should be able to get anything that is supposed to be broadcast. Now, if they didn't have the rights to broadcast that game, fair play. If it was an exclusive to Sportsnet and not TSN, fair play. But when it's exclusive to TSN, you pay for TSN and your region blocked. That's a high level of bullshit right there.
Yeah. Again, it aggravates me. You know what I mean? With that shit. It just bothers me so much. I just hate it. I hate it so freaking much. Like I understand back in years and years and years ago. I remember, again, it happened when I was a little kid. If you were in a market where a game hadn't sold out, yes, they would in your market would block television without a sellout. In the market, that makes sense to me. So if Edmonton, it's back in the 90s, if Edmonton had a game where they're only half sold the building, which I've been to Calgary, I've been to Flames games when I was a little kid, and I would sit in the upper bowl, and the upper bowl would be like half full. Those games would get blocked on TV because they were trying to push go to the game live, and if we sell it out or get to a certain, it was like an 80 or 90% threshold, then it was broadcast, right? Because it pushed people to go to the games live. That doesn't exist anymore, again, due to TV contracts, things like that. But it is the biggest aggravating factor is I'm on the other side of the country and I pay for this service. I want to see the game. Like, yeah. I don't understand why they're region blocking this game bullshit.
Yeah. Well, you know who isn't region blocked, and that's our good friend Brett Martinez, who's allowed on all OLE shows because we don't block any regions here when it comes to our broadcasting anyway. Brett, good morning to you too. Welcome to the show. Happy to have you here because we need you here for some NFL predictions coming up a little bit bit later. But before we even get close to that, though, Andre, do you feel there were any surprises? I mean, I know your Canadians are currently sitting in third in the Atlantic Division right now. I mean, it's very early, so has there been any standout kind of surprises to the start of the season that you noticed?
Again, not surprising. Again, Panthers on top. That doesn't surprise me. They're one of the best teams. Again, Edmonton going 1-1 technically in the first two. Again, nothing. Again, this early, nothing was surprises me. Again, two straight wins for the Kraken. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, Kraken.
I was like, that was about the only one I think that stood out, kind of like a sore thumb so far from the start of the season. Again, very early, but good on them. Come out strong. Pick up the points you can. That's the thing. It's all about chipping away at those points because you want to make the playoffs down the road. So the more you pick up now, better off you are at the end.
Yeah, because you can look at the rest of the standings. Again, most teams have only played two. The Habs, Bruins, and Panthers have all played three. Again, standings where they are right now doesn't surprise me. And again, we're only 2 or 3 games into the season. We have a long way to go. In a month, we can talk about where the actual standings sit. But yeah, it's not really in how it's sitting outside of the Kraken, but it's again. But then there's the okay. So I was watching some stuff on Sportsnet this morning. They were talking about the new LI long-term injury report because they were talking about Pietrangelo going on to injury, being sent over injury. So with this new thing, if you are season-ended injury, you can no longer come back in the playoffs if you are designated as an LITR as for season-ending injury. You can't come back for it. And under the new rules, there is now a salary cap in the playoffs. Oh, I am so happy. Now, that also doesn't preclude them having more, because there's ways around the salary cap in how you have to, your 20 players on ice have to be under 9.5. But say you have say you're paying a goalie, or your starting goaltender is worth like $9 million, and your backup goaltender is worth like $4 million. But then you have a third string goaltender only worth $1. You can just take your second string goaltender. Don't dress him for the night. Put your third stringer in for $1 million. You just saved yourself. You just opened your cap space up about $3.5-4 million right there. Like there's still ways to bring people in to kind of play with the salary cap, but that's the same way you would play with the salary cap in the regular season. Again, but you can't like it was the Panthers were over by like 8. They were like $8 million more than the Oilers were paying, and they were $5 million over the cap $5 or $6 million over the cap last year. I know Tampa Bay did it when they beat the Habs in the final of that weird Canadian division year, where we had the Canadian division and it was all like segmented to divisions every year. Like when that was the Habs versus the Lightning in the playoffs, they had the same thing. They were way over budget, and a bunch just from players that come back off of long-term injury. So if you don't return from long-term injury before the end of the season, you can no longer come back in the playoffs, which makes me so happy. And
question about that though, I've got a good question. I want to know. So if you're a coach of a team and you've got a major player that's been deemed out for the season, but you can find it in yourself to get them on for a little bit of ice time in the final game of the season. Get them out there because they're just about ready. They're on the cusp, but are they going to force players back too early to force the agenda of getting them in there for the playoffs?
No. As I understood under the rule, Alex Petrangelo has been ruled out for the entire season. He is not qualified. He can't even return in game 82.
Okay.
He is not out
under
this rule. But under the way the rules were interpreted before, if he was ruled out for the season after the game 82, he could return in the playoffs, right? Because they were, So that has been shifted so that you can no longer return in the playoffs if you've been ruled out for the entire season, which I completely think is fair. But Alex Petrangelo has been ruled out for such a length term. He's not even actually allowed to, because they're also getting recouped on his salary, because usually you have to take a percentage of the salary, or you have to pay out a certain part of the salary, even on long-term injury. They get it fully cleared from their cap hit. So he can't play at all this year because he's been fully cleared from the cap hit. They're still paying him, but they're paying him off the book. Whatever the percentage is, they're paying him off the book. So that's the difference. It was a difference there. Like if you go on long-term injury, you can return towards the end of the season, but there's no more of this. The salary cap is going to stop what has happened in so many other years from teams being way up. And I'm so happy for the new salary cap rules in the playoffs, because that is going to be the biggest thing in stopping what we've seen. Don't get me wrong, I think the Panthers still would have been the dominating team in the playoffs last year, as they were, because the team is just scary. Still is scary. Mm-hmm. But now Petrangelo's out for the year. That's going to be an interesting adjustment. And I think Bouchard is out for long term right now, but they're not putting him on the LITR. They're putting him on just on injury report. So he's still hitting against cap because they don't want to lose 2 for the entire year. But it's gonna be this season's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun season of hockey, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm debating just signing up for Sportsnet for the year just so I can watch the game of the Habs. Because at least when Sportsnet says they're showing a Habs game on they show it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like when I've been subscribed in the past, I haven't had access to Sportsnet East or a certain Sportsnet. I had West and 360, but I only had those channels. But if I got a hold of East, I could still watch the Habs on Sportsnet East because they show it across the country if you have access.
Well, fantastic. Yeah. No, that's great conversation. Start our week off in hockey. I'll give you that much. Having a lot of great stuff and a great season to be had. So can't wait to see how it starts to unfold. We know we're getting closer to that NFL talk, but do you have any F1 updates for us there, Andre?
Nothing really. Again, the week off, just like you have your international break in the footy. We had a week off this week. We got which race this next week coming back? Next Sunday we have, I think, Grand Prix U.S. Grand Prix next week, so I will not have any updates next week either because that race isn't until 1 in the afternoon. So one thing, when they're on this side of the world, the game starts so much later in my day, and it literally is interfering with football now. And I'm just like, so I'm now gonna have to watch sports racing on my phone with football on my computer while I play video games on my TV. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and you mentioned about the international break for footy right now. Like it's been interesting. It started kind of like midweek or whatever. These are international friendly matches, so they don't count towards qualification for any of the tournaments, anything like that. It's more towards just showing up, being able to get your players working together and stuff like that, because there's only so many times throughout a season that the international teams get to work on the same level. So again, like team like England went out there, they beat Wales 3-0 just the other night. Standouts would be Brazil actually slaughtered South Korea 5-0 in their game just the other day. Canada unfortunately lost to Australia 1-0. US tied Ecuador 1-1. Yesterday, Colombia beat Mexico 4-0. And then today is, we've got Malta versus Bosnia. I don't foresee that being a standout game by any means, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something I'm missing there that people are excited about. And then a few more throughout the week before we get back to the regular standard footy next weekend. And Brett thinks Colombia cheated. They probably did. And that's that. I don't know. I haven't seen the game, but you know what? One of the coolest things is that when you watch footy from other countries, especially if you can watch it with the announcers from other countries, especially when you watch it from Mexico. I love watching footy out of Mexico because the commentators, they make everything sound so much more exciting. Like when you watch the English commentators, they're so dry and drab, and it's like, all right, you put me to sleep, guys, especially when I have to get up at 5 a.m. to watch some of the games. But when you go and watch games in Mexico and you got the Mexican commentators and they make a pass sound like it was the most dynamic thing that's ever happened in the world of sports, it is absolutely dynamite. It doesn't even matter if I don't fully understand the language. I mean, a few words here and there, but I get that much more excited about it because of how passionate they are when it shows up. And I think that's the thing with commentary across any sports is the more passionate they are and it comes through, the more you enjoy that game that much more.
Yeah. So again, this is on the topic. So I've been rewatching The Simpsons, and I'm in the later seasons now. And there's an episode where Homer gets hired to be a ref at the World Cup. And the one announcer just starts going goal, and he's like, the guy goes, wait, it's not. And he keeps going like he can't control it anymore in his life, and like he constantly has to go on in every sentence he speaks, just in everyday life now. It's just one of those things, and I just laugh because it's like you just constantly hear those guys in those sports going goal, and I'm like, how does that actively affect your brain having to do that? Probably. And I was like,
I thought you were going to reference there was an earlier episode of The Simpsons where they go to a game that comes to Springfield for the first time, and they go there, and there's just a bunch of passing, and you got Kent Brockman on commentary, and he goes, forward passes to the center passes back to the forward, out to the wing back to the center, he holds it, and then they go over to the Spanish commentator, and he goes, forward, pass it to the center out to the wing, center, back to the forward to the center, and he holds it.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, that is, it's all about how you present the sport. It's no SGG today either. He hasn't shown up.
I don't know what's happened to him. I'm starting to worry about him.
No Peggy today. No STG. Nobody. We got a couple people in the chat. We have some people in the chat. But yeah, it's coming down to you today, Brett. Once again for the picks. Yeah.
The Emperor's taking the lead. Andre, why don't we fly on over to some NFL stuff then? Might as well. We're after over that 30-minute mark. This is what a lot of people love to see. So let's talk the footy. Do we want to do a quick update on the fantasy football league first?
Yes. As we come into it, I lost last week and I'm projected to lose again this week. Bobby Munson, he's ever the victor. Alone in first place, 4-1 in the fantasy league is the Ogre Lord,
and predicted to win again this week.
Projected to win again this week. I'm projected to lose by just a couple points against my boy Josiah. So in second place, you have myself at 3-2. Just behind me is the Fry Master himself, Old Ed, at 3-2. Just behind him, again, these are just due to point differentials. She has a record of 3-2. Is the Empress of OLE. It's Peggy. In fifth place, Josiah. Sixth place, Sneaky Play Bobby. Seventh place, STG, and bringing it up in the rear, 1-4. The only man 1-4 right now. Kyle Sparks, our boy Kyle Sparks.
Kyle Sparks is starting to feel the pain of being like someone playing for the Saints. You just can't catch a break.
Hey, I will say this: Kyle is actively making changes to his roster.
I know. I've seen
better. I respect how hard he's fighting to try and get some wins in our league. I respect that. And but he goes up against the Ogre Lord this week.
I've thrown him a few scraps there that he could pick up after I was done with them when I made my active changes. So it's up to him if he wants to take those points. But they're not going to do any. I'm sorry for you, Kyle, but they're not going to do anything when I've been on an absolute tear at the moment. So I don't know. I got really into it, Andre. That's the thing. I've had so much fun with it that I've actually checked every week. I'm studying it. I'm reading the player reports and stuff like that. So I'm making the appropriate changes when I need to. And yeah, you can turn the game around with the right moves and the right plays at the right time, and it's working at the moment. So paying attention pays off with fantasy football. Who would have thought? But outside of that fantasy stuff, we got some prediction stuff we've been doing. And do we have a score update to give? Did you have a graphic, or do you want me to read the score updates?
I do have a graphic. Give me a second. I'm just going to bring
it
up. I updated it. I've been doing it.
There we go.
It's close. This not go. Nobody's out in a crazy lead. Nobody's dominating this thing right now. Got myself and Bobby Munson sitting there tied with 48. I caught back up to Bobby this week. I made some bold predictions last week that got me. I had one that just flopped on me, but I made some bold predictions. I picked the Broncos. I picked some teams that you guys thought I was crazy to pick, but we all should have picked Patriots. That was the biggest surprise for me and Paul. But yeah, you got all ads in last place 43, and the viewers with 44. Beautiful comeback on the viewers. They're looking really good.
Yeah, this could go any direction still. It's not a runaway by any means, and it keeps, like you said last week. It's like I had that little bit of a lead, but then your long plays, like I had a shit week last week, to be honest. Like I got humbled pretty damn good. But yeah, like your long plays were what paid off, and now you're drawing even with me. Ed's picked up some major points because he had fallen behind quite a bit at one point, and he's picked up a lot. And the viewers, man, they're right in that race. They're in third place right now, and this week could change all of that. I mean, by next week we might be talking about a totally new league leader at this point. So, and I know for a fact that Ed and I, it's going to be close between us for points this week, because I think looking at the list, I might have 1 or 2 picks different than his this week. That's how our picks were more on the obvious side this time. So, yeah. But speaking of which,
right now, the game we all picked the Broncos on. The Broncos are winning 10-9 right now in the third quarter. So we're all potentially getting another point. As of right now. But the Jets, fair enough. This game has been I watched the first half of the game before we started here. It was a very game so far. Was it four field goals and 1 touchdown in all of that so far.
Haven't most of the London games been kind of so far? Like,
yeah, it's they're playing good. It's good. Been playing very good. If you're watching, it was very good defensive football in that game. But again, what really makes people go are the big throws, the big runs. That's what gets people fired up. Great defense is great when you see sacked in twice in the first quarter. Pretty good.
All right, let's get to those predictions, Andre. I think it's about time, and I think we're going to start with this game. It's the Cardinals taking on the Colts. Ed and I have both picked the Colts. Andre?
I'm not. I changed it already. I'm going with the Colts. I'm not picking my Cardinals this week because the Colts.
I know. I saw that.
I
saw it.
Right, the Colts. Who thought the Colts were going to be playing incredible football this year? But they're 4-1. This is not. Yep. It's like I love my Cardinals. They're 2-3. They are not strong enough to go up against the Colts. Even Brett's picking the Colts here. He's like this. You don't pick
because nobody wants to lose a point. That's why.
It's a simple factor here, Matt.
Sad part is that I've stayed true to the picking your team for the season thing this year, and it's actually cost me at least 2 points so far. But I'm sticking with them, damn it. That's the one thing I will do. I'm going to stick with the Commanders all season, regardless. I'm going to stick to my word on that.
Ed didn't last week, and he got screwed. And I'm not this week's probably screwed. But I'm going with the stats. I'm looking at the stats, looking at the standings, looking at how these teams are playing, and how these teams are playing. The Colts are the better team. They just are.
I get you, man. I get you. You almost feel like you'd be giving the point up if you stuck to your team on this one.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. All right. How about next? We got the Chargers taking on the Dolphins. Ed and I have both selected the Chargers in this game.
Chargers and Dolphins. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's like the Dolphins suck. The Chargers were keeping on very strong and then have really fallen off.
My problem is every time I pick the fucking Dolphins, they lose. When I don't pick the Dolphins, they win. They're really pissing me off this season.
I'm going to go Chargers because, again, I think the Chargers have had a really great start, had a fall, but the going up against the Dolphins, I think this is a great chance to reset, even though I have Tua on my team, but I actually put him on the bench to favor over Caleb Williams because that guy's been stellar this season. I'm going to go Chargers in here.
And Brett's going with the Dolphins on this.
Hey, bold moves get you because of
Good play. Very smart play on your part, Brett. I like it. Best strategy I've ever heard. If Bobby can't pick the right team in this game, then I'm going to go for the opposite of what he selects. I feel you. I see what you're going with. Good job. All right, next game up. And this only applies to the Dolphins games, Brett. I'm just warning you. So if you pick the opposite of me on some of these other ones, you're going to be giving up points. We got the Browns and the Steelers. Both Ed and I have obviously taken the Steelers in this.
Oh, Steelers. The Browns suck. I'm sorry. And they just gave up. They gave up Joe Flacco. They're literally their quarterback leadership in that locker room. They have two now young, rookie quarterbacks that are just have to navigate all this without. I know Flacco is now the second string quarterback. He had moved down, but you're gonna have a mind fuck for these two now young, and you have a slightly toxic element in Shadir Sanders who's sitting at the backup position right now. It's interesting. It's really interesting, and then you still have the what if of that motherfucker Deshaun Watson, who's been seen practicing on fields, moving around. So it's looked like he's healed up fairly well. So could he be back this season for that team? And that's just more drama for that team, for that a-hole. But yeah, somehow I don't think they have it, especially losing the leadership out of the locker room of Joe Flacco now, who's sitting over with the Bengals now. So yeah.
There you go. In this week's segment of Andre lets you know how he really feels. All right, up next we got the 49ers.
I think most people would agree with me on that.
Oh, they would. Yeah. Next up we got the 49ers and the Bucks. Ed and I have both selected the Bucks in this match.
So I'm kind of looking at stat at the.
Stat it up, man.
Oh no, this is 2-4-1 teams. Both have been playing insanely. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's a toughie. Brock Purdy is not back, according to my fantasy, because he's on my bench. He's on my bench. Yeah, he's out. So yeah, I'm gonna go Bucks because with Brock Purdy out, still running the second stringer. Yeah, I'm thinking it. Let's go Bucks.
All right, Bucks across the board. It is.
Mac Jones has been playing a very solid game of football right now to keep this team at 4-1. But I just think Baker and the Bucks just have a little bit over them.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that could go either way. Like we might all get humbled in this one, but we'll find out.
Yeah, but again, if we get humbled, I don't feel bad about it because it's two strong teams this year. I just think Baker and the Bucks have that little bit more personally.
Fair enough. We go from a big clash like that to an unfortunate clash like this. We got the Cowboys taking on the Panthers. Ed and I have both picked the Cowboys, and I'm still not sure why I almost don't know why I'm going to trust the Cowboys to take a victory here.
After last week, and Chuba Hubbard is still out this week. So Chuba Hubbard is still out. They're starting running back. But last week, it was one of my favorite games I watched last week because I was switching between the Broncos-Eagles game and the Carolina and the Dolphins, the Panthers-Dolphins game. Watching Rico Dowdle go for over 200 yards rushing impressed the shit out of me. That team is looking better, and they're going up against a Cowboys very meh defense. I'm going Panthers. I'm with Brett.
Okay. All right.
I think this is one of those ones where it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be not really surprised because again, the Cowboys haven't been playing great football either. They're 2-2-1. They got a fucking tie.
Yep. they did.
The Panthers are 2-3. So technically the Cowboys have the better record with the tie over the loss. But I think the way the Panthers are playing right now, especially coming off of last week's win against the Dolphins, I think they're the stronger team. I think they've got great momentum there.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, that was a rough one. I'm going to stick with the Cowboys, but it's every bit of what you're saying, Andre, makes sense. And I pondered for a while. That wasn't an easy decision in that game at all. But this next one, maybe it'll be a little bit more divided as well, too, because I can tell you right off the hop, in the Seahawks and the Jags, I picked the Jags. Ed picked the Seahawks this time.
No STG this week, so Brett gets to make the pick.
Yep. Yeah. No defense from STG, so it's up for grabs.
I don't like the Jags. The Jags have been playing again. Another team is playing incredible football. But
will it last?
Let's go with the Jags. I'm gonna go AW Jaguars. Let's go.
I can't believe how much I've picked the AEW Jaguars this season already, but they keep getting me points. So
they're paying off. They're 4-1. You can't until they really fall off. You can't say they're not good. Like it's just like they beat the Chiefs last year. Well, the Chiefs aren't a great team this year. That's still while they've been losing, that's still an amazing team on paper, and they beat them. Yeah. They got that win. So on Monday. So yeah.
Agree with me. You'll go places if you do that. Next up, we've got the Rams taking on the Ravens. Ed and I have both taken the Rams in this game.
I need to check one thing before I make a pick here. I need to check what Lamar's stat. You have Lamar, don't you?
I do.
Is he sitting?
He's still out. He was in training, so yeah, trust me.
But he's working it out. Okay. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough because again, the Ravens are still a strong team. The Rams, I think, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I think that with Lamar out, I just don't think there's the right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with you.
I'm just glad that even though Lamar's out, Bo Nix has been picking me up some decent points in fantasy football right now in his place, so can't really complain.
Oh, Bo Nix dude's been he's doing so good. Like especially today, he's pointing well for a low scoring game. He's pointing well for you today in fantasy.
Yep, very much so. So go Bo. All right. Next up, we got the Titans taking on the Raiders. I can't believe I'm saying this. I've picked the Raiders. Ed's picked the Titans.
Yeah. This is a toilet bowl game of the week, I might have to say.
Very much toilet bowl game of the week.
1-4, 1-4. This is a crapshoot. This is literally a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Is this a toilet
roll
bowl?
those dice and hope you don't get the snake eyes.
Well, since Brett went Titans, I'll go Raiders just so we can make it a 2-2. We can make it an even split in there. Again, it really doesn't matter who you pick in this because it's the crapshoot. It's a crapshoot game. It's a crapshoot. It's of a toilet bowl. It sucks. It's just,
watch this one go turn out to be a draw.
Oh, imagine it being a tie and nobody gets the point. Oh.
Brett says, I think the Titans will channel their Oilers spirit.
Yeah. Oh, so they're gonna lose, like the Edmonton Oilers.
Possibly. All right, we got the Bengals and the Packers up next. Ed and I have both picked the Packers in this one.
Bengals pack. Bengals 2-3 with their new quarterback. The Pack are 2-1. Oh, let's go Pack. I very much think. I know the Houston Oilers. I understand. I'm just thinking because I can. Yeah, let's go Pack. I think the Bengals are going to have a shot at turning around. Not saying Joe Flacco is the savior of football because he's very much not. It's been a long time since he was a playoff MVP, 12 years, something like that. But I really think that the Pack are going to take I love the ... Hello, Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony, welcome to Point of View. I know you came into the chat and subscribed to the channel there on Thursday night during Ring Respect Radio. Really appreciated that. And welcome to Point of View, where we talk all things sports here on Sundays, every Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So thanks for joining us. We're currently doing our predictions for NFL, and Brett's been picking on behalf of the viewers at the moment. But if you feel free to also either side with Brett or go against him, we can always go down to the good old coin flip. So
you are more than welcome to mess with the Emperor's picks. You are more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to.
That's how we roll around here. It's the unfortunate nature of being in the chat. Sometimes you get your way, sometimes you get the coin flip, which we always love to do. But the next game up, we only got a few more left to go. This one should hopefully be an easy pick because it's the Patriots versus fuck the Saints, and Ed and I both picked the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those situations where it's like you could be like, oh, we're gonna go put out a go put out a couple of trained monkeys versus the Saints, and you'd still take the trained monkeys. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me, Brett? Oh, come on, Anthony, mess with this one, and do the fucking viewers a big favor, please. The Saints. Oh God, what is wrong with you, Brett?
In the chat, whether you agree with it or not, Anthony. Just so I can flip a coin once today. But yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, but it's the Saints. What are you talking about?
They played great football last week. Drake May has been stellar.
A pylon on the field would do better than the Saints will in this game. Like, Jesus. Fine.
I know you have a bias against the Patriots, obviously, Brett. But you can't deny.
I'm putting it down. You know what? You deserve the loss of point, Brett. I'm putting it down.
They're saying
there's no turnarounds here. You're getting the Saints. I love it. Take the Saints. Fine. That's one of those situations of fuck around and find out or whatever. If you want to go down a point, who am I to argue with you? No, vote's closed on that round. You have to wait for the next one. You get the Saints now. He wants the coin flip. Look, he wants the only way out is the coin flip. No, I'm calling it right there. It's on the list.
But both sides get you the Saints. I can flip a coin, but both sides are the Saints.
Just flip it for the sake of flipping it. Fantastic. All right, now that we're past the obvious game.
Here, I'll even do it. Here, head Saints, tail Saints. Oh, it's the Saints.
Yes, SDG is the one who cares about the game so much that he hasn't even shown up lately. I don't know what's happened to the guy. I'm hoping that he's still kicking, or he's not totally hurt by the fact that we wouldn't let him have his way in every call. So, I mean, the viewers are still in the game, so
he's been active in our fantasy, so I know he's not dead. Unless somebody's running his account.
Somebody took it over for him. They're doing a full-on weekend at Bernie's with STG right now, just making him type stuff into fantasy football.
That'd be great.
Pats can't win without deflating.
Dude, that is so long ago. That's like a decade ago, bro. Let it go. Let it go. That was a decade ago.
All right. Let's see who we've got when it comes to the Lions and the Chiefs. I and Ed have both picked the Chiefs in this one. Which is a far cry from last season where we probably would have picked the Lions in this kind of situation. But
the Chiefs, again, the Chiefs are this is a weird one. It's like the Lions aren't playing the greatest football they've been playing, but they're 4-1. I'm gonna go with Brett. The Lions, I think, are the better pick here. The Chiefs are not a strong pick here. They're 2-3 team who can't seem to get it together. Mr. Swift just seems lost on that field. The future Mr. Swift, he seems lost. So, do you think he changes his name? Do you think he becomes Travis Swift?
No. He's got to hyphenate so that his jersey Travis actually says Kelsey Swift.
No. I want it Swift Kelsey. I wanted to say Swift Kelsey. Because you know her name is the dominant name in that. Her name is the dominant name in that relationship.
Of course it is.
He wears the pants in that relationship. Come on.
Well, I mean, Travis probably looks good in a dress anyway, so don't bug the guy. Travis Scott. Travis Scott. All right. We're going all the way over to Monday night's games, the games that all Canadians are going to be watching while having some pumpkin pie, some turkey, some gravy, some stuffing. It's the Bills taking on the Falcons. I've got the Falcons. Ed's got the Bills.
That's a choice.
It is.
I understand the Dolphins or the Bills lost last week. That was a close game, though. That was a tough freaking game, and the Bills. Oh, I don't think I'm with Ed. Bills, man. Oh, okay. I get it. The Falcons have been playing some decent football this year, but I don't think they can take down the Bills. I don't think so. Yeah. Bills get back in many ways.
Call it my long shot of the week, then. And we'll see what happens.
Hey, if you take it, I'll respect you, buddy. I just can't. I picked the Panthers. So,
well, I mean, if we just followed everybody's same choice every single week, it would get kind of boring when we all sat at the same point.
You can't go with the Dolphins when it's the Falcons versus the Bills. Oh. Brett, come on.
Brett, you're hilarious. I love that we have Brett in our chat.
I'm assuming that means Falcons.
Just by default, you get the Falcons. You pick the Dolphins, Falcons it is.
Oh, no, he gets no pick. He didn't even pick a team.
Oh, it's a non-applicable.
And he gets no point either way. I'm okay.
All right, Brett. All right. Okay. All right. He's going to take them anyway. Love it. I like how you play, Brett. This is fun. All right. We have another Monday night game. It is my Commanders taking on the Bears, and Ed and I both picked the Commanders in this game. Come on. It's against the Bears, Andre. Don't be foolish.
Do I pick against my fantasy team? Because I literally have 3 Bears on my fantasy. One sits on my bench regularly. He's there.
Okay, hold on, Andre. Where are you currently sat in that fantasy pool right now?
Second.
And are you projected to win this week?
No.
Pick the fucking Commanders.
Commanders. Oh, no.
Brett.
He said Bears first. He said Bears first.
Bears first. Yeah.
Sorry, Brett. You said Bears first.
Yep.
Oh no. He said both. So you know what we're doing?
Coin flip.
So Brett, you contradicted yourself. So heads Bears, tails Commanders. You said
right.
both.
Forcing his own coin flip.
You got the Bears, buddy.
Got him anyway.
Oh no.
All right.
No,
So that takes care of Monday night.
You created the coin flip. You got the Bears, bro.
You're saying the Commanders' name sucks. Well, they're going to command your Bears all over the football field on Monday night.
They should have been. So when they were renaming, all I could think in my heart of hearts was they should have renamed themselves the Sentinels and made it a Keanu Reeves face with a helmet on. Because from the 2000s movie, The Replacements, where Keanu Reeves played the Washington Sentinels.
Yeah.
Should have been that.
All right. Thursday night football. We got the Steelers taking on the Bengals. Ed and I both taking the Steelers in that game.
Yeah, let's go Steel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hard one because again, it's. I think I don't think Flacco's winning today, but I think once he gets the game under his belt with his player, I think he gets a little bit. I think he's going to help improve that team once he kind of gets a game under his belt with them, finding how he feels with his receivers and things. I'm going to go Steelers, but. No, the Washington Sentinels, the best Keanu Reeves movie of all time.
So what are you going to call them? You're going to call them the Wicks?
I've never seen one of those movies. I've never seen.
Whoa! I know that's a topic for another time, man. But man, it's like you just jabbed a fiery knife right in my heart, right there. Jesus.
Nothing against it. Just when he moving out, I was just really not into action movies at the time. Okay. I'll give it to him. Street Kings is a phenomenal movie. Oh, I didn't even think of Street Kings, but I still think The Replacements is his best movie ever. It's The Replacements, man. It's legitimately probably my second favorite football movie of all time.
They could have just called them the Washington Excellent Adventures.
The Washington Adventurers, and then it's technically named after Keanu and Alex.
There you go. See, this is what good brainstorming does.
The logo could have been like a face-off split of their faces, like like from the movie Face Off, with you have Travolta and whoever the hell the other one was. And you could like half Alex.
Whoever the hell the other one was, you turned Nick Cage into whoever the hell the other one was. How dare you? How dare you? I legit haven't seen that movie probably since the early 2000s. That's probably the last time I saw that movie. Come on, that's one of the most quotable Nick Cage movies.
Like when I think about that image, I actually more think about Vince and Shane more than anything.
God, from the Invasion.
I get where what I think when I think that of that more than anything. I just tried to throw it to Face Off, but I couldn't remember Nick Cage. Not one of his good movies, but
final game that we need to predict is next Sunday in London. It's the Rams taking on the Jags, and I'm still not sure. Ed's picked the Rams. I was leaning Rams. I don't know, though. Part of me wants to take the Jags just to be different on this one.
I'm going Jags.
I think I'm gonna go Jags. I originally was thinking Rams, but I think I got to go Jaguars. Until what you said earlier about until they really start to drop the ball. If they do, that's when I might stop picking them. But right now, they're picking up points like crazy. So
that's the thing. It's and the Rams again not playing bad football. Right, they're playing decent football. They're 3-2, but I think the Jags playing at the Trevor Lawrence has just been a freaking miracle this year. The things you've been seeing him do have just been like I didn't see what they had in this kid before, but holy shit, did they did something in this offseason to really bring him around, because it just, I don't know, man. It just, it's been interesting watching him play football this year, because he was projected to be so good, has had bad seasons, and then has really shown up this year.
Yeah, it's been a very different season already. I mean, who would have thought it would be where it is right now? But the picks are in. We have locked them in. It is going to be an interesting week of football. Hopefully everybody enjoys it, and hopefully everybody, especially on the Canadian side, at least anywhere, are going to be enjoying some good old Thanksgiving celebrations while watching some games all throughout today as well as tomorrow. Lots of great sports to watch between hockey, football, baseball, because we said the Blue Jays are trying to bring it home for us and everything right now. Again, lots of great stuff to be watching, even when things like F1 are on a break and regular footy is on a international break right now. So it's been great for all of that. But man, Andre, when you got lots of good shit to talk about, the hour mark comes up very fast, and we've surpassed that hour mark this week on Point of View, which has been well worth it, because it's been fun chatting with everybody about this week in sports. But with that said, we are going to call it a day, because we got to get to watching some of them sports like we talked about. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to toss Andre's ticker up on the score clock there, and he's going to tell us what we got going on and where you can find him.
So I got a few things. You find me on the X and Blue Sky at That Canada Guy, Instagram and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me over on Backbreaker Video, where I got my show, The Pop Spot, where I pop about all the spots I love in professional wrestling. This month, all the shows I'll be dropping over there will just be me solo. My boy AWS is not available to go to wrestling until till November, when stuff is done with Dark in Fort Edmonton Park. But you can also find me right here on our local establishment. This coming Tuesday, we got a Tuesday double shot this week. We've got two shows in one night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Myself and the Empress of OLE. We will be returning with DC Talk as we talk season 2 of Peacemaker. We're going to talk about all the twists, the turns, the characters we saw, and that ending that makes me just so excited for 2027 when we get to Superman, because what that ending is setting up for Superman could be insanely fun. So I am excited, and James Gunn has already said Peacemaker season 3 is very up in the air, but Peacemaker is being brought in as one of the essential DC characters going forward in this universe. He will be up there with Batman and Superman. So I cannot wait to see where this season leads us. So come and check out. We're going to spoil everything about season 2 this Tuesday, and then right afterwards at 10 p.m. Eastern, check out Taking Over, when you can find Ed and Astrid as they chat the independent wrestling world. So check that out. And then you can find me back here next Sunday, Point of View, talking all the week in sports and all the fun stuff we're going to be talking about. And maybe me not losing this week in fantasy. I don't know.
Well, there's also something else you forgot to mention that you're up to this week, but I'll cover it for you here in just a second, because there is my ticker down below, and you're going to be able to catch me on some great shows, including my own show, Ring Respect Radio, this Thursday night, where normally I'm only joined by Pop Smokes, but because it's wrestling trivia night and it's PPW themed, we're going to have great people on screen, including that man right there, Mr. Andre 2/3 Fluffy C, who's going to be participating. Yes, Brett, it is this Thursday night for trivia, wrestling trivia, this Thursday night on Ring Respect Radio, 9:05 p.m. out on the East Coast. Make sure to be there to check out and participate in the live chat. You're going to be able to, as Andre mentioned, join me next Sunday along with Andre for more Point of View, more predictions, more sports talk, and more entertainment. You can catch me every Saturday with Papa Smokes over at the Prairie Pro Wrestling channel, where we are the commentary team for a new wrestling match every single Sunday. Just this past Sunday, we dropped the Brotherhood and tag team action against King Richter. And next Saturday, the tag titles are on the line as the unbeaten tag team champions, the Short Kings, the first and only tag team champions, are going to be defending against the Jack Juicy Ones of Paralira. Make sure you're tuned in for that. Andre, apparently you're supposed to get a Hawaiian shirt and jean shorts at some point. And hey, is this going to be a special event? No, Ring Respect Radio Thursday night is not a it's no, we're going to be, because we'll be broadcasting the night before Halloween. So that's probably where I'll be costuming it up or something. And we might be talking about SPW that night. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is
for you, for Brett on October 26th. I will try to be dressed very fluffy like.
There you go. I mean, I might still be in costume from the night before because we got PPW the night before. So there's a very good, strong possibility I'll just carry the costume over into the morning for the 26th as well, too. But of course, I
might fluffy it up at OPW on the Friday.
There you go. Take some pictures there, share them with Brett. He'll love to see them. But of course, that's everything that we talked about here is available at our local establishment, OLE Podcast. You can catch us on all social media down below, as well as YouTube and Twitch, where, again, Twitch, we've given it a bit of a facelift. It's looking fancier. Make sure to follow over there. If you are able to do a sub or else, your free once a month Prime sub, we really appreciate the support over on the Twitch side. And if you are over there and you want to hop over to YouTube for just a moment, or maybe you're on the YouTube side and haven't done it yet, click the subscribe button down below, turn on the notification bell, give the video a thumbs up. And if you are watching after on replay, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you thought of the show. Let us know what your NFL predictions would have been for this week as well, too, because we're curious to know. But that's going to be it for myself and Andre this week on Point of View. We appreciate you joining in, and we will see you in 1 week's time. Take care, everybody.